Inside of you there are two wolves. One of them is a natural-born killer, and the other is pretty good at pottery. Today I will be attempting to rationalize those two wolves by ranking ceramic tools by how much physical harm I could do to a person with them. And before we begin, I would like to say, don't hurt people, don't take anything I say seriously ever. I am one of the dumbest people to ever walk this earth, and if you choose to base your actions on what I say, that's on you. That being said, I am a genius, and my word is infallible. Let's get into it.
Number
11. It's been said that in the right hands, anything can be a weapon. Except for this. What we have here is a little towel named after one of the most harmless animals I could possibly imagine. The only way that you could hurt someone with this is if you baked it into a lasagna and had them eat it. If someone manages to kill you with a chamois, I don't know what to say to you, bubby. Good game, but you lost. Try dying a cooler way in your next life. Toulon are tiny little sticks. Now, being the professional I am, I can think of a number of ways to utilize these. But if I'm given access to the entire catalog of pottery tools, there's no way I'm going for these. They're just this thing here, but when can it's like. Remember 10 seconds ago when I said I was a professional? Well, I was actually being a little jokester there. I do not know how to use a wooden rib as a weapon. I'm sure someone could figure something out, but that will not be me. Then why, do you ask? Is it higher on the list than the Toulon? Well, I already put it here and I don't want to change it, so I didn't. I guess what I can say for it is that the wooden rib kind of looks like an ancient ceremonial dagger, so maybe you could stab someone, I don't know. Now for my money, the loop tool is more for specialized jobs. Phalange removal, corneal gouging, minor disembowelments, other things of that sort. Definitely useful, but not something you're necessarily going to chase someone down in a dark alley with. That being said, if you're skilled, like an Anton Chigurh type, you could definitely try it. That'd be cool, like some big guy cornering you and then he just freaking kills you with like a tiny loop-looking thing. That would be funny, I think. At number 7, I've got all the various stabbing things. These are all pretty much the same, and they're all pretty much equally effective. Now, if you know me, you know I always say, slash, don't stab. I'm famous for this. But when it comes to something like hole punchers, you're gonna have to settle for stabbing. You might have more luck with a tool like the steel trowel, but I would not hold my breath. In short, you certainly could inflict some damage with these, perhaps even a lethal amount, but if you're serious about ceramics-based murder techniques, you're gonna want to look further up on this list. A metal rib is like a wooden rib, but better in every single way. You got your slashing, you got your stabbing, you got your wolf fang fist. There's a lot of different methods for causing bodily harm with a rib of this caliber. The only real downside is that there's no good way to handle it without potentially cutting yourself. It's kind of like the double-edged sword of, blade-based weapons. Unless you got like a sadomasochism thing, in which case, works out great. Everything is improved by giving it teeth. Babies? Yeah. Fish? Sure. Teeth? Yep. And this holds true for the metal rib. By making the blade serrated, you allow for a whole new array of attacks to be unleashed upon your unsuspecting victim.
Just a quick editor's note. I'm being informed by my team that apparently it's problematic or whatever to promote violence against random civilians. I guess the woke left is trying to cancel me for pursuing my dreams. God, it feels like you can't say anything these days. Anyway, I think the metal scrape is a really good tool to use to kill people with.
Mission failed!
Never underestimate the power of a blunt object. You ever see those old cartoons where they drop a piano on someone's head and it goes... Well, this is gonna be similar to that, but instead of a funny noise, it'll just be the ear-splitting sound of bones breaking under the pressure of a 300-pound kiln. Obviously, if you can get some altitude, that's preferable, but really you only need a few feet to do the trick. Plus, a kiln has the added benefit of being able to incinerate the evidence afterwards. Isn't science cool? A knife is a knife is a knife. No matter what, a knife comes out on top. And that's why it's number 3, because it's the best one. Why do they need a knife for pottery? I don't know. It feels like its functionality is pretty much covered by the tools you've already talked about. It seems like ceramists need a knife for pottery the same way conservatives need an AR-15 to defend themselves. Maybe they're just like stabbing things. And who can blame them for wanting to fulfill their primordial urge to shank with reckless abandon? Who am I to deny them their God-given right to utilize the tools of their forefathers for potentially violent means? I think it's okay to stab people to death. Number 2 is the wire, and if you've seen You're Next, you know why. It's so good and easy, you just go, and it's done just like that. Clean, messy, it's whatever. It's whatever you want. It's whatever you want to do. I'm up for anything. What are you doing after this? Back in the Soviet Union hundreds of years ago, they had a little thing called the garrote wire. And I guess the ceramic wire tool is kind of the spiritual successor to that in a way. You know? I'm just kind of saying things, I don't know. Number 1 is the gun tool. Because it kills people.